Hey everybody, Joe here. Thanks for joining us today. I'm with good friend Jeff Vines. He and his twin brother Randy own STL Stylehouse down in Cherokee. You guys know about it. I wanted to talk to Jeff today about what prompted him to get into this. You know, it's one thing to start a business, but what was going on behind the scenes? So, Jeff, welcome.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks
Yeah.
for hearing my story.
Yeah.
um, so how did we get into this?
Yeah. What were you doing before? You know.
I worked for 6 years at a screen printing company that actually specialized in bowling shirts and retro apparel from the 50s.
Okay.
So I got a lot of great experience there, and I credit that experience for, taking us to where we are today. Anyway, after 6 years working there, I was suddenly called in the office with two others and fired on the spot. I think, all the while, my brother and I had been printing shirts, St. Louis shirts, as a hobby, strictly as a hobby on the side, for years. We loved St. Louis, and we couldn't find cool t-shirts that really reflected the city the way we saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So we printed them for ourselves. It was always just a fun sideline gig. We happened to get a cool storefront on Cherokee Street, a really good deal that we thought at the time would just be like our weekend hangout in our little workshop where we'd fill like the one order every 2 weeks that we get.
Mm-hmm.
So my boss caught wind of that, and I guess thought we were a little too close for comfort, let me go.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, feeling this total emptiness. I mean, not that I felt like I was going to be moving up so much in my other job, but I was very comfortable and kind of just like riding the wave and going through the motions. And I remember coming to our storefront. Then we were in the smaller space next door. It was like mostly empty storefront, and looking around by myself and thinking, what the hell am I going to do with my life, and how am I going to fill my day? And I really, had never been more scared and more insecure. Randy and I never had the confidence to really take the business, beyond our hobby. We didn't think we had the wherewithal or the business sense. And so, I don't know, day by day, I remember the first order that we got was, after I lost my job, was from a friend's father in central Illinois who was a high school teacher. And he called me up and said, I want you to print our shirts. And
Why?
that was
Why you think?
I had been his account person when he ordered shirts from the past, and he liked dealing with me. We had established that relationship, and we fulfilled his order, and I think that just gave me the boost in confidence that I needed at the time. And little by little, we would just kind of hustle like that and figure out ways where we could, grab a little piece of business. And 7 years later, I mean, there's no turning back. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I would have never left on my own, and I was way too comfortable and complacent, didn't have any drive really. And I forgot to mention that, while I was kind of just like twiddling my thumbs, I was actually applying for jobs at advertising agencies and marketing firms because I thought that's what I was supposed to do. Never had my heart in it at all. And I really hated the idea of like working in an office all day. It just wasn't me. And so little by little, we kind of built a following, increased our presence. I had the availability to be on Cherokee Street more, so people had a way to find us any time of the day. And 6 months later, Randy took the leap and actually quit his job, which was a big risk for him. He was managing a hotel, the front desk of a hotel downtown. So he brought a whole other set of skills, hospitality, customer service, things like that. So we each kind of complement each other in our backgrounds. We did not, contrary to what a lot of people assume, we didn't come from the same fields at all. We were both have very different sets of experiences and professional, careers up till then. But there's no regrets, and I would say to anyone who may have a passion or an idea is don't overthink it, and don't let yourself become overwhelmed with the daunting nebulous
Details and-
yeah,
yeah.
of what it takes to run a business. We certainly didn't have it all figured out. We never had a business plan. We never followed a mold. We just kind of tried different things, and we still are. We're still, and that's what's so great about St. Louis. I mean, here we are on Cherry Street, and it's really cool,
Yeah.
distinctive neighborhood. It's cheap enough
You
that
couldn't have planned it.
yeah, I mean, like we couldn't do this in New York or so many sexy cities, right? That's what makes St. Louis so sexy to us. Is like we're not sacrificing a sense of place or anything. I mean, we're here. You can experiment and try things, and just roll with it. Take it as it comes, and take every error, which there will be many, as a learning lesson, and get better from there. So
Here's what's really cool. So you just started because you had to, and then it just worked out day by day. X,
Yeah.
to the grindstone.
Yeah.
But talk about your recent Yelp award.
Oh, right. We
So 7 years later, right?
7 years later, yeah. Last year, we were invited to the headquarters of Yelp in San Francisco. We were chosen one of 100 businesses around North America, United States and Canada, based on our high ratings and our good reviews on Yelp. No strings attached. We don't pay for advertising.
Wow.
It's simply just a recognition of well loved local businesses in all the large cities around North America, and it was a huge honor. It was a great experience. We met other like-minded business owners, and what's so cool is that there were hair salons, restaurants, microbreweries that were also there with us. We were the only representatives from St. Louis. There was one, Clementine's, actually. I got to give a shout out. They're great.
Yeah.
They had been chosen the year before, so they came back to actually lead one of the workshops.
Cool.
So they were there, but we were the only the new class from St. Louis. What was so cool and what connected us all was that even though there were so many different types of businesses, you would think, oh, what do they have in common?
Yeah.
What do we have in common with a hair salon?
Right.
Everybody has they had a passion, and they never did it for the money, and that's what connects us all, and why I think people really appreciate these small independent businesses, because we do it because we really love it, and it's a lot of work, but there's passion behind it.
Like you said, you almost went to the dark side. You applied for the ad agencies and did what the world says to do, and when you step out on your own, it's scary, right?
Yeah, it's very scary. I mean, I remember just feeling so lost and aimless, and really bad about myself, and thinking where did I miss the boat? And something's not clicking here. All my friends seem to have found jobs, and here I am. I've been kind of going through the motions and never really felt like I found my place where I belong. So it takes kind of being freaked out, I think, to really force yourself to be open to taking the plunge, and
absolutely,
and doing what you love, and finding a way to make money. And you can't spell hustle without STL, so we do hustle. We do a lot of different things. I mean, it's not just, we're kind of known for our retail stuff like the t-shirts, but we do so much more. Really, our bread and butter is custom design work, and screen printing, promotional products, and it's the relationships we've built with companies large and small, bands,
If
schools.
anybody knows about you guys, it's not just the retail shop you have, it's your passion for St. Louis.
Yeah, totally.
And the future and the vision. And so it's your passion, right?
It is.
It
and
spills out into a business.
Thanks for recognizing that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's really, I couldn't imagine doing anything else at this point, and every day is new and exciting, sometimes stressful, but I'll take it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Joe's show. We're going to post it on STL Lifestyles, and put some comments back on this. If this touched you today, we all go through this stuff, and nobody likes to talk about it. But yeah, it's scary stepping out. So
Yeah. But don't let that stop you.
Yeah. Any final last words, advice?
I think you covered it.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Joe.
See ya.
See ya.
Thanks.
All right.